Ed's a good man. I hope you heard that, Ed. I said you're a good man. They were trashing you like something else.
I thought we weren't going to tell him that.
Well, if I hadn't had to say that on there. All right, here's Bruiser, and here's Uncle Smiley's, a.k.a. Joel. It's Paul McCarthy, Susie Q. What's that noise? Petsodics, Whips, Davo, Lucky Stone. I think that's everybody. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm fighting cats, literally.
They're like all over you today. Usually it's Floyd.
Every time I don't even say his name. That's not Beetlejuice because he'll come. I was just having some frozen thawed chicken strips, breaded chicken strips with a bagel and some honey, warm honey poured over them for my diabetes. And he had to eat about a third of that chicken. I'm telling you what, rotten.
Hello.
Hey, Jenny Lynn. How are you doing? She's at work, I think she said in your stream, Susie. She said she's lurking.
Jenny.
Hey, Sam, it's cold.
Jenny, we need to, no pressure. That's the way I have to do people. Or I do them because I remember then. Jenny, we need to get you on Reptiles on Friday.
Oh, no. Sam has the COVID.
Yeah,
he does? Who said that?
Hey, Paul.
Oh, yeah. Well, you mix up with the wrong people. See what happens?
Stay down with fleas. You get dogs.
That's right. Yeah.
I work with a guy that just got back from an Alaskan cruise, and one of the last places they went was some bar that just had a ton of people.
Oh, Jesus.
And he came back with the Rona. He goes, I know I picked it up there, and I'm like, don't be so sure. You were in a tube, with closed off air system. So
yeah. It seems like I don't really watch the news much anymore, but it seems like that it's making a resurgence. I don't know. I'm hearing about it more.
Yeah.
And locally are getting it.
Well, we're getting into flu weather, so people are getting sick.
What's funny is you don't really hear about flu and stuff anymore. You just hear about the Rona. So
right,
it replaced the flu.
Exactly, it is the flu.
Yep.
I got to go get my vaccine for flu too. I just remembered that. I was going to get it the 1st of August, and they said they were out and come back the next day. And I'm like, I ain't got no time for that. I live at the Ark now, so I got to go get that. Susie, you like hounds, don't you, and boxers?
I do.
Well, we've got a hound, real sweet, named JR. His name was Junior, but I changed it to JR. And then one that's Bandit that's been there a year and a half, and he is a boxer mix, maybe shepherd, and they're both nice dogs, under 40 pounds. And as soon as they have a foster home and they have or a home, we can literally close the Ark down, but I'm not closing it. I mean, they can't go to the kill shelter or anything like that. So,
I'm very, very, very far away from you, right?
Yeah, they have airplanes.
Do you send dogs on airplanes?
I don't. I haven't ever.
You can do it. I got my male Malamute back in the early 90s. I got him from Washington, the state of Washington, and she flew it into me.
Wow.
It costs money. It's a lot of money, but they do it.
I stopped carrying after I had it, and it was nothing for me. Oh, caring. Howdy, Surf City.
I didn't understand that.
He said I lost count how many times you're supposed to be vaccinated.
I think they're going to
carry it after he had it, and it was not for me. Listen, last time I got a flu shot was in the military, and I'm going to tell you right now, because we had to do it. That's the only reason why I did it, because every damn time I get that, I get sick as a dog. It's a dead virus. Yeah, okay. I don't get it.
Skip.
Some people say that though. Some people say they get sick. So.
I get sick every time. Both my daughters are in the medical field. My daughter, youngest one is she works in the ER as a
Oh, hell.
paramedic, and then my oldest is works as a script writer in a pharmacy, and they both tell me, "Dad, you can't get sick," and I'm like, "I get sick every time." And then so I haven't, like you, Skip. I have not had one in forever.
Well, in theory, you can't because it's dead. But
Yeah, that's the theory, but yeah, it happens every single time.
that's that's the sign of a weak constitution, a psychosis. It's a power of suggestion.
Could
And
be.
I could see that in both of you two, knowing you.
He called you weak. He called you weak. I thought
Especially
Constitution was pooping every day, but he called you
Right.
weak.
That's constipation.
I'm trying to stir things up a bit. And now we got all this talk on last stream about what a fun place this was and all that. So got to get her going.
I totally missed the last stream. I forgot. I was napping. I woke up like, oh crap! It was a long day today. I drove. We had a EVDT class, and I didn't have to do the ambulance because I already got cleared on that, obviously, because I've been driving it for a while. But I learned how to drive all the other apparatuses that we have, the big fire trucks. So that's going to be fun.
Sorry guys, I'm having a little trouble highlighting stuff today.
That was like my day yesterday. It was all day nonstop, and it was mostly physical labor. Mine was out in the sun, and all day today it was like nothing. I just stayed in the house. I was like, I was done.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, Lucky Stone. But
Yes, Jenny Lynn, he does, and he's got the fan going too. That goes.
I do have the fan
never
going.
gets turned on.
It's like 700 degrees in this room. So.
I need a personal fan. I want my hair to do that.
I want to get you one of them clip-on fans, Susie.
No matter where you go, your hair is always blowing.
Nice. She could clip it right on like the edge of the computer screen, and it'll hit her in the
Yeah,
face.
I'm gonna get one.
They call them
I'm
desk fans.
I moved this phone down like a foot or 18 inches, and the cat's hanging down, upside down, backwards now, trying to reach it.
Wow, she's just so ornery today. What's up?
And this is one of the foster cats. I took him, and this is Beans. I took him and Cupcake to to Petco yesterday. They were there 12 to 5. A lot of lookers, and even let people pet him. Here he comes, so everything's going to fall. Come on, get your.
Hello, Shady. You're doing good, bud.
Oh, please, no. Come on.
Uh-oh.
Come on, taking our picture. That's the way Ed's Nico does, but you're no Nico. Move out of the way. Oh, I'd rather have Floyd.
I actually closed the door upstairs because I know that's my cat. I'll come right in here, pull out my wires, and if my computer becomes unplugged, it just dies. There's no battery worth talking about.
Well, there's 8 of them here now, and I can close the door, but
8 cats?
Yeah, I have my 5, and then I'm fostering 3. That's why I'm taking them to Petco. I was up there 3 days this week because it's so quiet at the Ark with only 2 dogs. Here it goes. Get down. What's wrong with you?
We're going to get you a stand that clips onto something.
I do have a stand. He knocks that over. That's why I'm not using it. He knocks it over. He just looks at it and it falls. A tripod. It's right here. Go on. Get over there. Your big self gone. But yeah, I've been going to Petco extra days, and we had a place called Pet Sense email and asked if we could come there Saturdays. And I told them we're committed. Did a verbal agreement with Petco for the next 12 weeks, 11 now.
Has anybody gotten any animals from Petco yet?
Yes. They said, I asked them one day when we were leaving, I'm like, did the group that was here before us that stopped having to go ever get an adoption? And they said about once a month, because they track them, give people coupons and stuff. And they give the group money based on the number of adoptions, but it has to be 25 in a quarter to get anything. So we'll never get that. And they never did either. But they said, yeah, about one a month, two in a month was a real good month. So we had to go 8 times before Vinny, the other hound, the brother, got adopted. They love him. I talk to them all the
Oh
time.
wow.
But, so we've been 11 times now.
Yeah, I think if I lived closer, I would definitely be in trouble.
I know, like that both of our Petcos does not even have any cats in them pens that they have there. They're empty.
Wow, really?
They don't have like that on-site pet thing in Petco. PetSmart does, and it's a lady that I actually know named Lisa McCracken. She has McCracken Kitty Cat Farm, and also the one in Chattanooga, about 30 minutes away. She has that store, and her cats are always vetted and very healthy and all that. But you have to go in and take care of them every day. So, I mean, we would have that if Petco had them. That may be something I'll bring up to the general manager.
Well, that's both of our Petcos has them. I mean, I know as long as that the big Petco that we have, because it's weird, we have two of them on each side of the town. We got a big one and a small one, which
And
it's real. But another thing that's crazy about the Petco, since we're talking about that, is the difference between the stuff that you can get is in fish livestock or the food, the frozen foods. It's weird. Both are different with the fish livestock. It all depends on who the manager is of that area of keeping the aquariums.
who orders the stuff.
Yeah. And I'm
Wow.
sure that's probably the same way with the frozen fish food. Like, for instance, the one that I know off the top of my head that I always try to look for, because I'm going to have to start doing it, but I'm too lazy to do baby brine shrimp right now, is baby brine shrimp. Frozen baby brine shrimp. You can't get it at one, but you can get it the other.
Wow, that's different.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to. He's finding stuff now. There's stuff stacked up here. I've been going through. That's my second grade report card. I was Bobby Thompson then. Second grade report card. I'm scared to look in that, but I am. Well, if they had them in there, I would rather go over there and spend an hour, playing with them and, scooping litter and refreshing their food than going to the Ark 4 to 6 or 8 hours a day.
But it's not the one, like, they're both two different sizes. The one has 6 cubby holes, what do you want to call it? I mean, they're decent size, and the other one only has 4. Like, there's each one has its own area to where, like, they can.
Quit. I can't even show it to him. He wants to play with it. I was a BC student. I made A's.
I saw an F on there. Nice try. They have they have cubby holes that the cats can go in and sleep in.
Yeah.
To get away from the glass.
Yeah. If they had one, I'll ask them if they might get one, and we'll keep it stocked because they euthanize cats and dogs here in our city shelter. The county says they don't, but they do. I know somebody that volunteered there. Oh, let's don't get into all that. They gave her a bag to toss out, and it was euthanized kittens just to put in the dumpster. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're no kill.
That's a shame.
It is a shame. And I hope y'all are enjoying the back of his head because he ain't moving. It's like he heard me. There's Uncle Bob. That's Skipper. That's your Uncle Skipper and your Aunt Susie. Yeah.
Hey, pretty kitty. Hey, pretty kitty.
Now he likes to fly on
Is
airplanes.
that mine? Am I getting feedback?
I don't know who it is.
I hear someone's gotten scratchy.
It's probably because the cat's real close to the
Phil
Seriously.
He's looking at me like,
McCracken.
So we got Vincent came in and Big Steve,
hey, got
Shady Grady, Uncle Smiley,
fucking
Stan the Man Pit Man.
That's pretty cool.
Hello, hello, hello.
Maybe I can see the chat now. He seems to be going on. There he goes. Thank you guys. Not that I can read stuff anyway, but
Oh, I have news.
what?
Do you remember 3 weeks ago my leopard gecko escaped?
Yes.
I found him this morning. He knew he was coming.
Wait a
Uh,
minute.
in
I
the
thought you found them again. You found them last week.
Mm-mm. No, that was a skink. I'm telling you, my doors that I made are horrible. You can open them. I like what I made. I think the wood part is good, but the sliding glass doors are horrible. They're horrible. Some are plastic, some are glass. Some of the rails are plastic. I think I should have used thicker glass with metal rails so that it slides and then they can't get in and out. But the skink just goes like this and pushes it open.
So you put your old time method of keeping your sliding glass door closed. You just
The
drop
whole
the
time
stick
I
in there.
still use that. I still use that. I can, but he can push forward like that because it's plexi. And it just, I didn't realize the
Oh,
heat down there, the plexi's like soft.
Oh yeah,
I should have used glass, and glass was cheaper. It's just
it
sanding
is.
it. I got cut up the first couple times. I'm like, I'm not using glass anymore. So I used plexi, and now I'm regretting every freaking minute of it. And I'm regretting using those plastic. What do you call those channels?
Yeah.
I use plastic channels.
The track.
Yes, and I wish I had found metal ones.
Well, that's right. I was looking for those for you.
They were just that's the only regret that I have with those enclosures right now.
Oh yeah, but she could still push them out, Jenny.
Red came in. Hey, Red Laser and Danny V, brother Dan.
Hey Daniel and Red.
So
Right.
I have news.
All over my head.
What's your news?
What you said? I didn't hear you.
You're good.
What's on your head?
I had a cobweb. I don't know where the heck it came from.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
it
thinking.
doesn't- we ain't gonna go there.
You
I know
learn
what-
judo real quick.
Had a what on there?
Cobweb.
Oh, I thought you said like a hop tui.
That's my favorite short. I had to explain it to John. I kid you not.
You're the original one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the variants whenever the old lady does it. She does hawk tui and the teeth come flying out.
Teeth come flying out, yeah.
And it came out so natural with the first one, like the original. It just came right
Yeah,
out.
she made that 15 minutes of fame was more like 30.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
Well, what's your news? Queer?
Oh, I went to the swap today, the GCCA,
Ooh.
the GCCA meeting in Chicago, and picked up. I got to read them because I'm sure heck can't say them out of memory. Julie DeCromas, Dicfeldii. Dicfeldii.
Is that a cichlid?
It's an African cichlid, I believe. It's like a little torpedo-looking dude.
Okay.
They're very, very small.
I like him. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to keep them or not because I was trying to set up a Lake Tanganyika.
Yep.
Tanganyika
They
thing.
go good with Shelley's too.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I have frontosa, which are big. They're not big yet, but they will become big. And everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna suck those right out of the rock." And I'm like, "Oh, great." And then I got two. All right, I'm really gonna butcher this one. Limno tilapia. Limno, Limno. Limno tilapia.
Ooh.
And Dardenii. And that one actually comes with a picture. I got two of those.
Do you have the picture? Did I miss it?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Here, let me try to blow it up. But
There it is. Oh. Oh, is it like the other tilapias, or is it more like a paratilapia?
No, I think it's considerably smaller. It's just
Okay.
the guy told me that a lot of people use them for dithers. Take me down.
I'm trying.
That's too much whip. Hey, Dirt. Yeah, so that was my haul today. I moved to Frontosa, and I've got an ornate biker that I put into the 130. That they've been in quarantine since Aquashella. So that's been a month or better by now, I think.
So are those going to be with them?
Yeah, everybody's going in together, so I got to have a backup plan. But those little Julies are very, very little, so they may never make it in there.
Are those the one that have like a ladder laying down pattern on their side?
I don't know nothing about it.
Kind of. It's almost like a broken 2 or 3 lines that go back. But it's not. It's a solid line, but it's kind of almost like drawn with a marker. It's not a real straight line.
Yeah, I think that's the ones I like, but I've never been brave enough to get them.
Yeah, well, the guy damn near gave them to me. Darn near gave them to me. Hey, Monster Fish Scale. Hey, Lori.
Hey.
He was selling $15 a bag, and I didn't even try to negotiate with him. He just immediately dropped the price $10, and I'm like, okay, I can definitely do $10 for a bag of 5. And he goes, hell, give me 15, I'll give you the other bag too. So I got 10 of them for $15.
Nice.
Yeah, right? I'm like, I'll take them.
But if that was me, I'm like, okay, maybe I don't want these fish now if he's trying to get rid of them that quick.
Yeah, that bad.
Just a little too damn happy to be getting rid of these fish.
Yeah, like, are these things like the spawn of the devil, or what the hell's going on with it?
Hey, Alec, be better off in a 20 with a bunch of rocks.
Yeah, that's the plan, Alec. It's not in the 20, but I'm going to have a ton of rock in there. I just right now it's not set up. It's it's got water in it and everything, but I haven't. There's so many things that have to fall into place. Like I have to tear down the 75, separate everybody out of there, because there's Asian fish in there, and there's African fish in there, and there's South American fish in there. I'm going to take everybody out, put them all in their own tanks. And then that rock, that's the holy rock, I'm going to put in with the Africans. And then what is it called? Sari stone? Sari stone?
I think
it's a black rock with like
the white veins.
Almost a white vein. Yeah.
Scary.
Very pretty.
What's it called?
It's CE. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or SE. Syria.
Yeah. Okay.
I love that rock. I have some somewhere. I don't know where it's at.
I got a bunch of it, but I need more, because now instead of going with a pond, like the plan was, I went with the 130 aquarium, and I don't have enough. I need more. More, and I need more, and I always need more.
I know, right? What's the dimensions on that 130? I mean, roughly, is it like a 4x2 or?
Oh no, it's almost exactly the same as a 125. It's 6 foot by 18 inches by, I think, 25 inches tall.
Oh,
Something
wow.
like that.
It's a nice tank.
That is a nice tank. Nice.
It was
size.
given to me. It was just handed to me. I just had to go get it. That was the only cost me $80.
Sometimes that's the hardest part.
Oh, I guess I have some news too. I didn't.
Ooh, I like this.
Well, mine is not good news, but.
Oh, I don't like it so much.
I know. The tank behind me is my last saltwater, because I broke down one that just had snails and some other, inverts and stuff in it, and put them in here. Maybe 2 months ago or something. It was a 40. But anyway, I had the big yellow I won't, but anyway, I had the big yellow fish in here, and I also had a really expensive something else. And then I have the squirrel fish. But I noticed I hadn't seen anything but the squirrel. Well, actually, what I did was I got a sailfin molly, a nice silver sailfin molly, a big one, and I did quarantine it, I guess 2 weeks, and it was fine, healthy, and all that, and put it in. And it was fine and did fine in there. But then I noticed that the sailfin molly was dead, floating on the top. Then I started looking, and I'm like, I haven't seen any fish except that squirrel.
Oh no.
Like when I fed the night before, I didn't notice them in there. So I started looking, and one of my wave makers at the far end had the big fox face, the big yellow fox face,
Yeah.
stuck to it, dead. And then I never did find the butterfly. That was the other one. I never found it, and went with the net and prodded in all those rocks and stuff. So I had 2 corpses to pull out and never found the other. But the parameters were fine. But I did a 40% water change, and on a 125, that's a few minutes to mix the salt and all that. So the squirrel is fine. The big pink
Good.
squirrel. It should be swimming around back there.
I see something swimming around.
Are you breaking down that tank?
Well, I can't. I've got that squirrel in there.
I'll take your squirrel. Just
Only if you take a dog. You can have this squirrel. No, I'm teasing.
believe me, I would take both dogs, the boxer and the hound. Well,
He's big. I
are they
don't think,
both males?
what, the dogs? Yeah.
Oh my God, that would give me 3 males. There's no way.
JR is like a puppy. He
All
defers.
3 of them are going to think they're alpha, and then there's me.
Not JR. JR is not
Try
out.
so hard to be alpha, and it just doesn't work.
You don't want to be outnumbered.
No, I know that. Now keep
That
in
was the
mind,
nicest,
most of my
way
life,
I could say it.
it's me, and I've always taken care of my mom, and I have 4 daughters.
Yeah.
So it's always been a house full of females. And then there's John.
Did you see Big Steve?
What do you think?
He says,
Yeah.
"Are we really asking Skipper for pronunciations?"
Fangers. Fangers. That's awesome.
I
And
see
then
you
Stan-
November 16th. I will get you back, son. I will not be at the class, but I see you at the swap. I will get you.
Dan says he went out to the creek in Texas and picked up a bunch of holy rock, it looks like, in a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, wow, that's a lot.
If you were already down here, Whip, I have tons and tons and tons of rock, different kinds that, I've handpicked them off at different stores, Atlanta, different places, Knoxville, around here. But I've just got them. I moved a whole bunch of it off my little breakfast table in the kitchen today, trying to clear that out in there finally. And they're in the garage. So I've got tons of rocks.
Well, I mean, if you're looking to get rid of them, let's talk, because I will be down there in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the week after the clash.
I've got them in a couple of buckets. So, and I may have more than that stashed, like in shelves and the laundry room and stuff. But yeah, I'll never use those. I've used what I can, I think, in my reptile habitats containers,
That's how I was doing it for a long time. That's how I filled the 75, but the 75 is only 4 foot. So there'd be a lot of open, tank if I only use what I have.
Yeah.
And I'm done. I'm not going to use any dragonstone or any of the glass type rocks that have the crevices.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what most of these are now.
Oh, no, I can't do it. It collects so much crap. It's unbelievable.
And the dragon stone is so dusty. I don't care how long it's in your tank. It's dusty. It's like very soft.
It is. It's a
every time I do a water change and I take the tube up to the, suck the stuff out of the, the holes and stuff, you'll get things come off of it.
Yeah.
I still.
Yeah, I am not thrilled with that particular stone. There's a couple of them, and then I also have from back when I had a saltwater tank. I just used it used to be live rock. Whatever live rock is, whether it's old coral or whatever. I don't even
Right.
know what it's made out of, but there's a million little indentations and whatever on that stuff. And every time I do a water change, it just blows up out of there like your filter was turned off and then returned back on. You know how if you've ever had a canister and you shook the canister and then turn it on?
Yeah.
That's what it is when I do water changes on that tank.
That's where all your bristle worms and stuff come from the store in that.
I had a ton of them back when I had the saltwater going.
I have one that scared the hell out of me. I came out at night, and this is when my saltwater tanks were at John's before John moved in, so it was years ago. And as I was coming out of the living room, the light in the kitchen was barely shining on the tank. There was this creature that stretched through the whole tank. This is a nano tank. I never saw this before. It would look like a monster from outer space. It was so scary. It had to have been bigger than this. Can you see that?
That was not a bristle worm.
What was it?
I don't know, but it wasn't a
Yeah, it
bristle
lived
worm.
in the rock and it stretched out. It was like disgusting. It was the most. I actually took the rock out and put it in fresh water and lost all my.
Susie's telling worm stories. It's usually fish stories.
Right. It was this big.
It
I have
was so
seen.
big. I did a video on it.
I saw a video. It's been a couple of years now. I wouldn't even know where to find it. But these people had the same experience as you. It was like a creature from the movie.
It was like
where
what the heck?
it came across. It was a 6-foot tank, and it comes out from underneath the rocks. And I think they had black light on it or something.
And I touched it, so I thought it bit me. I didn't realize it was like cactus, and just had. I thought it bit me, and I was like freaking out because all I had is a goby and a shrimp in there. I was like, "Oh my god, what is this?" It was so gross. John didn't believe me because it disappears during the day.
Yeah.
You have to like sneak out at night. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
You know who loves those things? I found out because
Fishermen.
Hey, Dragon.
I had that. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's a really expensive saltwater crayfish kind of thing. But they can hit. They can break the glass. They broke
shrimp.
Oh yeah.
Managed shrimp.
Yeah, and I found that just
Oh.
from moving a couple of things over out of the tank I had set up beside that to help get the water, going and all that. He loved those, so I would just switch the rocks out every few days so he could have a new bristle worms. He loved those.
Sweet.
Really?
If it moved, he would pop it.
Yeah.
You can hear that too. That's crazy.
You're right.
Yeah. Oh, have you? They were, the knuckleheads down in Florida. They were sticking their hands in there and letting it hit them. One is from Texas, but he knows the other one, so he's always in Florida. And he was sticking his hand in there and letting them beat on him. I'm like, that's just dumb. What do you do that for?
People have gotten their fingers broken because I researched.
Yeah, I mean, it's a serious whack.
Now, okay, imagine the force that shrimp could do underwater and what it would be like out of water.
Yeah, with no resistance. Yeah.
There you go, Susie. Get you some arrow crabs and banded shrimp.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but if it's the one that Dice saw, the one that Susie's talking about is almost like a water dragon. I mean, the way it went across the tank,
It was
it was literally swimming. And I'm like, that can't be a bristle worm because it's too big, and it doesn't move right. It looked like that big furry dog dragon thing from Neverending Story almost. Only hideous looking.
The luck dragon. I don't remember if that guy had a name or not, but he was a luck dragon.
Belcor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that in New York when I was living there. We watched it in the balcony of the theater and smoked pot. And that was in 1980 or 81, whenever it was in the theaters.
Did you cry? Did you cry when he lost his horse?
Odd always put me to sleep. I haven't had it in probably 30 years now or more. But yeah, we sat in the balcony. You could smoke in the theaters, you know, back then anyway. So
Is
What
the
was the
cat going to
horse's
drink
name?
your
Atreyu?
coffee?
he's looking. He wants me to feed him. Is what he wants. He has dry food in like 3 stations. You're just a big baby. He's a huge cat too. He's a big boy.
Is he this big?
At least that big, bigger than Susie's worm. Sure.
I took a video. I'm glad I did a video of it then because I was really freaked out. And then I lost, apparently I had a lot of starfish inside this rock I didn't know I had.
Wouldn't that be weird if it was your video that I watched way back then before I even knew you?
It was this big. Yeah.
And did it cruise across the front of the tank?
Yes.
Like away from you to you?
Oh my God.
it's
That would be
like-
funny.
Like,
That would
like
be freaking funny. I'm gonna look. I'm looking it up.
Post it up there, Susie.
I used to have
Yeah.
salty Sundays. Every Sunday I did a saltwater video.
Garcia Aquatics here.
I'm gonna go the oldest first.
This cat we were talking about when he was at Petco yesterday, anybody that would sit down and put their arm on the table by him or anything or pet him and then stop, he would put his whole leg out, not just touch him, but his whole leg out and tap on him. He gets your attention. He's very personable. But Jesus, I have 8 cats in my house. Yep.
The most I've had is 5.
I had one until it started marking. It started smelling like cat pee, and it went back to the farm. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was close. I was freaking close.
When I first joined the ARC in 99, I guess, they didn't have anybody that fostered cats. So, of course, I jumped in with all 4 feet. They were all dog foster homes. And I did end up fostering dogs. I had a lot and 2 dog houses built out back, all that. But I think I had 5 or 6 cats then. But now, mind you, this was 25 years ago. I was in my 40s, I guess. Yeah, early 40s. So, I had 17 in my house at one time, but only 6 or 7, maybe 7.
So, cat hoarder.
Yep. And you had to do those boxes every morning or every night, or it smelled like a cat. But they all got adopted except the ones I adopted. So, but all those cats are long since gone. Today I met what? Today I went Comic Con. Oh, cool. Oh, you met JJ. I just saw something about Good Times, like where everybody's at now on the internet, like 2 weeks ago. Yep.
JJ, that's Dynamite, right?
That's
That's
him.
the Dynamite guy? Yeah.
Yep.
JJ.
You know, Janet Jackson started out on that show. She was a little girl. I can't remember
Yeah.
her name.
You know where that show started? All in the Family.
No, you
Yes,
got
it
the
did.
wrong family. No.
Nope. Florida was their housekeeper, or was Maud's housekeeper. It was All in the Family.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I know
All in the Family had so
spawned-
many spin-offs
Yeah, they
that it wasn't
the
funny.
Jeffersons were.
Yeah, the Jeffersons were.
yeah.
That they were the neighbors. And Maud Edith had a cousin from Scranton. Her name was Maud, and then
Yeah.
there's Maud, and then
Florida.
Wait, I didn't know that either.
Florida, yeah, I'm telling you,
My voice
we used
got
to
really
watch it.
high
It was
right
real
there again.
political. Yeah,
Now you people are old.
right after Laughing, I think it came on.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Poor Skip.
You missed some good stuff, Skipper.
So I just
Oh,
posted
well,
it. I
are
don't
you-
know if I got a good video, good pictures of it, but I think in my video I did get some of it. But
There
it's
was.
just me. It's not John, so it probably wasn't my
I
video.
checked it a little bit. There was. It's definitely a bristleworm.
Is it? Yeah, that's what it,
Yeah.
and it bit me. Well, it stung me. And I was afraid to go. I was afraid to clean out my tank and everything. It's just
Bristleworms
this
get
tank.
this
This
big?
tank right here used to be a saltwater tank. It was. It went from here to here. I kid you not.
I've never seen. I mean, I am not a
And
saltwater
it just
guy, so
stretched,
I guess
and
I
then
shouldn't
it
be saying
disappeared
it.
right back into the rock. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then when that's what I was telling you. When I dropped it into the fresh water, I must have had 5 of them in there. In this little tiny tank, I never knew it. But this is
What they do is when they retract, then they curl up like a centipede.
it's disgusting.
I've never. I had mine up and running for a couple of years, and the biggest one in there was no more than 1.5 inches. So when
No, mate, that's probably when it's limp or it's really cold.
whew, yeah, or cold.
Look at Bob. He's such a hammock.
Sorry.
Susie wants everybody else to monetize too.
It was a bristle room, right? Right, Skip?
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
Me too. And
I've seen one before. It was actually in an aquarium.
Huh.
so I figure because I bought in the beginning, I bought live rock. I didn't know how to cultivate it myself. So I'm sure it came in. It was because there
Oh,
was
yeah,
a lot of starfish in there too. I didn't know about.
I did a lot of live rock. I did a lot of live rock at first, and then I was just picking up, kind of like what Bob was saying. I did that with Holy Rock and with the live rock. I was just every time I went to a pet store, I'd pick up a piece, like
Yep.
because then it was only $20 or $30 for a six
Right.
pounder.
But think about what you know now about quarantining.
Yeah.
I was insane and that's how I learned about it because it was clown loaches were so hard and so expensive that I only got 2 or 3 wherever I could. And then when ick broke out, and clown loaches are known for that when they're stressed, it was devastating. All my cichlids dead. I was like, what did I do?
What happened?
I didn't quarantine nothing.
You know, I had some I'd had for several years in a 55 that ended up bursting, and it made me have to get a 180 then. But
Yeah.
but they, I had them several years. They'd got like 6 or 7 inches. There were 3 or 4 of them, and that tank got ick. I don't know. It was nothing new. It just started. And unless I brought it over with a net or something. But anyway, I lost them all, and I said, I'm done. I'll never have another clown loach, and I haven't. I love them, but
I have 3 over there with my Akara and my blue. I forget what number it is. The blue pleco. It's a real pretty blue spotted.
Blue Phantom.
Yeah, it's in a 55 gallon that's only like 3 feet wide. It's like the old school 55. It's 3 feet wide and 18 inches big.
I could tell you the number. Where'd that list go? Uh-oh.
what number?
Whenever we did fish versus fish, I had wrote it down because I really like that one and the Green Phantom because I'd like to get them.
Danny V had to do stitches after a hitchhiker mantis shrimp got him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then Mickham said he had a similar experience.
You know what else mine liked was those little starfish, the little white trash ones. I had some of those in that same tank, and I would put them in there. And it would eat them.
I think those things will eat just about anything, right? I mean, they're pretty aggressive.
If it moves, yeah.
Found it. L128 is the Blue Phantom.
Yeah, that's what and I've had it for several years, and it's been in the 55. It was with the baby Oscar. The baby Oscar moved out. Now he's not baby anymore, but he's still in there. And then I didn't know what to do with my Akara. It's not like an electric blue; it's just regular Akara. So I put him over there, and it's them with the clown loaches and the pleco, and I have no desire to put anything else in that tank because I know they're all gonna start getting bigger, and I might have to use the 180 for those clown loaches.
Oh, yeah, they get pretty nice size.
Yeah, I saw some at the aquarium. They were like massive, and I'm doing it again. They were massive. These clown loaches, fat. They didn't like grow proportionate. I was like, dang.
I wish someone stayed small.
You have some that stayed small. I wish they did. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had zebra loaches. I love them things.
You know what stays small? That's almost like a clown loach. The Pandagara.
Yeah.
The Pandagara
Yeah.
stay small. They're great algae eaters, and they're very personable. They come out, they hang out with each other. They're like really cool, I think.
No, I like the pandas.
Yeah.
It's a fish I've never had.
I didn't hear what that you were talking about.
Pandagara.
Oh, panic! I've never had one.
I heard him from Bob Steenfot. And usually if Bob Steenfot likes a fish, for some reason I get it. Like a capitano. He loved the lemon tetras. I got lemon tetras. He said the
I like-
Pandagara was like the best algae eater. I'm like, I never heard of that. I got to get some. And I
like
fell in
those.
love with them.
I thought I had Pandagars, but they end up being just the regular, the doctor fish they call them, the ones that
Yeah.
they use for pedicures and stuff.
Ew, that they eat all the.
Yeah,
Do you stick your hands in there and let them chew on them?
no. But whenever you had to go in the tank, that's a while ago. I had them. Whenever you went into the tank to start moving stuff around, they would attach to you. It's tickles.
Oh, that's weird. That is so weird.
I'm hoping he's on the way out of here again. Briefly, while he was gone, the rest of the menu came through Cupcake, but he didn't stay long. Oh, it's a big baby.
He looks like a little skunk from here.
He's a big son. Let's see if I can turn it around.
Little gunky.
Okay, that's your wall.
I know. Yeah. Hey,
A wave maker look familiar.
I love all the. I'm on Susie's page looking for that worm, and all the original stuff is like
Oh my god.
damsel in distress.
I thought my damsels were dying because they were swimming up and down, bumping into each other, and I found out they were breeding. Oh. Oh my god. I was like, what is wrong? Because they were like beyond nose surfing the glass. They were going up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm like, I've never seen damsels do that. But yeah, I put the link in the chat so you don't have to
did
go
you
through all
find
my
it?
old stuff because that's really bad. Some of my old stuff, I'm looking at it like, oh my god. But it was like I listened to people like Brian G that said you got to make at least 15, 20, 30 videos that suck. Just do it. Get it out of the way. Doesn't matter. And then
Geez, I'm
you can
like
move on.
157 that just suck.
Did you say I do?
No, me.
Oh, like, I know they're bad. Oh my god, and I watch them and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, but I did it and it got me monetized pretty quickly, so I was very happy. Look at that stand, or is that a ladder?
it's a ladder for birds. As soon as I got this back on, he jumped down. He just jumped down.
That's so funny.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm using different levels of things like the stand that Chihuahua took, or leaning it against the wave maker, but he wouldn't leave any level alone.
I put it in again there, Whip,
Okay.
so you don't have to look through my horrible
I,
thing.
I sold another one of those wave makers the other day to somebody at work, Bob.
Really? I still have a couple I haven't even opened.
I love my wave makers. I love them. And especially when you put them close enough to the ground, not where it disturbs the substrate, it keeps it spotless. Spotless. Everything's always in the water column and then the filter takes care of it. It's like, just don't let a fish hit it and it hits the substrate and then.
Well, I found them. They fell off a truck somewhere.
Oh, nice. My brother used to get stuff that fell off trucks.
We'll just say that.
That's what I figured.
They came home one time with a 10-pound Hershey's chocolate bar. It didn't even fit in my freezer. My dad had to chisel it. And it was the first time my mom said, I don't care what truck it fell off of. We're keeping it.
Well, what had happened was I went to go pick up
It is a weird worm, Patrick.
I went to go pick up, I think it was the dryer. It was from a surplus place, one of them surpluses, stores that you just buy stuff, whatever. Well, while I was in the warehouse picking it up, I just asked questions. That's what I do.
Yeah.
If you don't ask, you ain't going to know, right? So I said, hey, bud, I said, you got any extra aquarium stuff? Because you don't have stuff really in the storage. He goes, really? I said, yeah, I'm asking. I said, if you have it, let me look at it, and I'll buy it right now. He took me to the back in the warehouse in this one corner where the pet section was, and he had a crap ton of stuff.
Oh, wow.
The wave makers, I bought the whole box.
Yeah.
Dirt cheap, so that's why I only was charging $10 for them.
Wow.
And then they had a bunch of fake plants, which I should have got them because now that I have,
Cichlids.
yeah,
Cichlids, big, nasty. I love my fake plants. I love them. I mean, I love my real ones too, but I can't have plants in this tank. There's like 10 tanks I can't have any plants in, and the fake plants kind of matches the rest of my fish room.
yeah, I would have too, man, because there was quite a few of them, and I got stuff for cheap, and I was like, you know what? So I did some giveaways on some of my live streams with them, and then I also said if you want any, you can buy them. And I told them that they had to pay shipping, and I shipped them. I shipped out quite a few.
Wow.
Bob was one of my customers.
Yeah.
With the Codfather.
Yeah. That's one of them right there. What? And you can see where Floyd's chewed on the edge of the box. That's the only one, I think. No, there's another one. There's two of them I haven't put in tanks. They all still work. How many did I get? 4 or 5 or several of them?
I think it was whatever I could fit in the large UPS box, and I think it was 4 of them.
Okay. I know there's one in the 180 and one in that 55 back there that doesn't have any fish in it. All right, it says 2 minutes to Daniken, so we better.
Oh, wow. That went by fast, didn't it?
It did. All right, everybody. Thanks for another fun stream. And you should be subscribed to all of these panel members. If you're not, you're missing some good content.
Yeah, just don't go back 7 years.
No.
For a week in my place.
Or my last video. I don't care. I just listen. I just do it. I put the videos together. I don't edit nothing. I don't care.
That's
Yeah,
how I
I'm
am.
to that point now. It's like, you know what? If I want to put this out, I'm not going to worry about what YouTube wants. This is what I want to put out. This is what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
I don't follow all that analytics crap. If you want to see it, you know where to find it.
Toothless. Okay, I'll have to go back and read the comments. Dragon Lair said toothless. I'm intrigued now. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with us and participating. That's awesome. And thank you, mods. And we'll see you Friday on Reptiles and back here on Sunday. Have a good evening.
Bye.